Krabbe disease is a lysosomal storage disorder. These patients often they have a mutation in a gene that makes them not able to produce a functional enzyme. And because they can't produce the enzyme, they can't break down certain proteins or sugars in the body. And so, unfortunately, as a result, this is a very severe progressive disease. The children often progress very quickly, and many of them will die between the ages of 2 and 3, often from peripheral nerve syndromes. So they lose the ability to sit up, and then talk and eat, things, very, very serious disease. It's very much like spinal muscular atrophy, has an incidence of about 1 in 40,000. And there's no gene therapy treatments or really cures approved that are out there. The standard of care is a bone marrow transplant, which helps solve for a lot of the central nervous system deficits, but those kids will often progress and still experience a lot of peripheral neuropathies as they, really move into their mid to 5 to 10 years old. So our approach is to use the first of its kind in the world. So on top of doing the bone marrow transplant, we also give a systemic AAV gene therapy. And the gene therapy that we're delivering has probably one of the best or highest tropisms, it likes to go to the peripheral nerve tissues. And since we give it by a systemic administration, we're able to help solve for a lot of those issues. But what's really novel about this is that when we give the bone marrow transplant and then a few weeks later give the AAV, we're really solving for a lot of the challenges that the field has kind of brought up or been more sensitive to recently. And those are really the immunological challenges that come up as a result of a systemic AAV. So when you give a bone marrow transplant, you're actually ablating or removing the immune system. So it makes for a much more interesting way to think about functional dosing and safe dosing using a systemic AAV.